how you doing out there? And welcome to the Slumber Party Massacre ranking video. Boy, I really love doing these. I mean, as much as I love the individual reviews, which they are out, if you are curious about my deeper thoughts on those ones, these will just be kind of the highlights. You can always go check those out after this. But I really do enjoy doing ranking videos as much as those individual ones, just to rank all the movies together in a franchise. If it's a big franchise, small franchise, or somewhere in the middle, it's very fun. This was kind of an up and down for me here, where honestly my number one, maybe a little bit of my number two are ones I could see myself watching more than once. It's just my usual quick rolls. Please be kind to everybody, including myself, in the comment section. And also, if you've seen all four of these movies, or even just the trilogy, give me your ranking of those movies there, and we'll definitely discuss it down below. Okay, so jumping right into my number four, and I'm actually a bit surprised that this was going to be my last place movie here, and that's Slumber Party Massacre 2021, the newest one that came out on the Sci-Fi Channel, which I think I forgot to mention that in my review, that this is one of those original sci-fi movies there. I was expected to be somewhat decent, pretty cool with the kills, maybe some good laughs here or there. Well, kind of jumping right into what I did enjoy about the movie is the villain, Russ Thor. I like this actor maybe slightly better than the actor that we got in the 1982 original. I mean, again, two different actors doing this character, but I really did enjoy this guy because he's creepy, he's scary. The way that he actually stares you down is very frightening. There's definitely some really good kills in this movie. I would definitely kind of go some peaks and valleys. Some were better than others, but I did enjoy it. And there actually is some really good gore in this. But on the flip side, I did not like the other characters. I did not care about any of the girls. I didn't care about any of the guys or the side characters there. They were not interesting. None of them were engaging. I think they actually did okay, like chemistry with each other, but I just didn't feel like I was really vested in any of these characters. I didn't really care what was exactly going on with them. I mean, the girls, they tried to flip the script on you on something with these girls. And again, kudos for trying something different, but it failed for me. The guys were just wasted in this movie. I don't even know what the point of them to actually be there was. I thought the story was really boring. Everybody had shitty dialogue. This was just not a great movie one bit. And moving on to number three, just slightly better than the remake, and that's Slumber Party Massacre 2. I know a lot of people on YouTube love this movie. They would put it as their number one. Unfortunately, I don't love this movie like it. I really hardly was entertained, very little fun in this, and really what I did actually like about it was there's a character in this movie who's also in Friday the 13th Part 7. She's in this movie in 87, and then Part 7 in 88. So I give her a little street credit for that. And then the other thing is that I really like the villain's weapon. Yes, it's a drill, but it's also connected to a guitar, so it's a guitar drill, and I think that was very unique. I got to definitely give props to the script writing on that there, the prop people. They did a really good job. But on the flip side of that, let's talk about the villain. He's a dream demon, comes into the real world and starts killing people. So he's pretty much like Freddy Krueger. I get the point of what they were trying to do in this movie, but I did not like it one bit there. He actually sometimes sings, sometimes dances, or even both before he's about to kill you. Maybe not every victim, but a decent amount of them, and I'm just rolling my eyes, and I'm like, okay, can we just move on? Come on, kind of thing there. The other characters, even though they might have some chemistry with each other, I'm not engaged with any of them. I really don't care about any of them. There's even some characters that's supposed to be returning characters from the first one. I'm not going to say who it actually is there, but it's different actresses. Unfortunately, the actresses in this movie are actually worse with their acting than what we actually get in that original, which is very sad there. The story is really slow. I don't like the script. And when it came to the kills, most of it was in the back half, and I actually was not impressed with any of the kills. And my number two, the runner-up, is going to be Slumber Party Massacre 3. I can actually enjoy this movie. I like it a little bit better, and it's also a little bit more rewatchable than the other two I just mentioned. I mean, this is not a high bar, because if you saw my review of this one, I still wasn't a big fan of it. But looking at the other two, I'm like, okay, this actually does deserve to be in second place for sure. And some of the reasons that I really did like about this movie is I like the bad guys' weapons. Yes, with an S, you do get the drill, as you actually would in this entire franchise, but he uses different weapons, and it felt like a breath of fresh air. And without actually going into the weapon or who dies, there is a really cool death in a bathtub. At times, it does definitely get very bloody. There's a scene where two characters go at night to an empty construction site, and there ends up being a fight between them. It wasn't too cheesy, it wasn't too stupid, it was just right. And then going into Act 3, where you got the good versus evil, I really actually enjoyed the big battle there. And there was actually times where the villain was getting screwed up so much by the girls that they kept slowing him down. I did really like that. But going on the flip side, I did not like that they tried to make this a mystery of who the killer was. I kind of had an idea who it was, and it was like, oh, it was this particular person here. So it's like, they didn't need to kind of do that. That was really stupid there. The characters in here, I could not latch on to any of them, even your main girl. I think there were moments that she was actually good in this movie, but it felt like none of the girls had chemistry. I didn't care for any of them there. It was just horrible to actually sit there and watch these people just give the dialogue that they give. The story drags so much in this here, which is very sad. One thing I'll be honest with when it comes to the story and the script, one of the girls decides to use themselves as bait against the killer. And I'm thinking, okay, whatever this plan was, we didn't know as the audience what was going on. And all I'm going to say was, what they should have done was anything else but what their plan was. The last minute or two of this movie left me cold. I just needed a little bit more information, and all of a sudden they decide to give you the credits and you don't get that information, so I thought that really sucked. And my number one is going to be the Slumber Party Massacre from 1982, the original that started it all. It may or may not be a surprise to you here. I really love this movie. This is the movie I could rewatch more than the previous three I talked about. And some of the stuff that I really like about this movie is I like the killer with the drill. He's scary, he's creepy. There's even moments that he can actually be very clever in this, which is kind of cool to get something like that. He's not just out there killing you, he does actually have kind of a plan of what he wants to do. So I do actually like that. All the other characters do a great job here too. I feel like you can latch on to anybody on this. It's not just the four main girls. You can latch on to the killer, any of the other side characters, and have a really good time with it, and that's great. It is definitely gory and suspenseful, which it's great to actually get that. And then the final thing I want to talk about with the likes is I love the final battle in this, and all I'm going to say is holy shit, in a good way. Now on the flip side, there are these two characters, these two boys that want to go to the slumber party just to scare the girls. That actually kind of makes sense. But what really bothered me was, other than I felt like they were useless throughout the entire movie, and maybe people would consider that more of a bigger chore than what I'm about to mention. But for me, when they get there, they actually get to an open window, and they're not whispering enough that the audience can hear. They're talking in a normal voice, and the girls are not that far from this open window, and I'm like, you guys are idiots. There are two adults in this, which is Trish is male neighbor, forgive me for not remembering the character's name, and the female gym teacher. I really felt like that they were going to have more to do in this movie, and they were wasted. And the final dislike I want to talk about is Valerie's younger sister, Courtney. Now with Valerie, I should have put her in the likes. I thought she was a really cool character. It's actually her little sister. When we first see her for like the first 25, maybe 30 minutes of the movie, I thought she was pretty cool, even though she was annoying her older sister. I'm fine with that there. But whenever you get the older sister trying to protect the younger sister, and the younger sister thinks that she knows the world, just like every teenager, and she starts doing like really dumb mistakes that the older sister's going to try to help her out with, that's whenever you become an annoying little shit, and I cannot stand characters like that in the movies. Well, there you go, my good people. There is my ranking of the Slumber Party Massacre movies. I hope you actually enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.